right. Welcome to a very special edition of the Oddly USA podcast with my two buddies, Tony and Jordan.
Yay!
Hell yeah.
Thanks for having us, man.
In the Airbnb.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
On Leslie Avenue here.
Leslie, that sounds so nice.
Yeah.
Leslie
Reminds me
Avenue.
of just like dandelions and
Yeah.
Lassie
Right.
and the Waltons.
The next street over is Kitty Avenue. Like, yeah.
And that's where people get stabbed.
Yeah,
Right,
That's,
right.
yeah,
That's
that's
where they
the
move
main
the
street.
weight out
Yeah.
there.
Hell yeah. So we're doing this with filming and on a laptop and on a Zoom microphone or a recorder as well. So this is going to all be put together in the laboratory by the mad scientist Dion afterward.
Yeah.
And it's going to come out pretty fucking cool. Because I usually go live on YouTube from my fucked up apartment. So this is a whole new level of, you know,
Production.
Yeah.
You should call yourself the Mad Scientist Productions, dude.
Mad science, that has to have been done
It's
by like
gotta
some
be.
shit
Yeah.
SoundCloud rapper.
Right.
Started in the MySpace days. Remember when everyone had a record label on MySpace?
Oh, sure,
yeah.
sure.
It's like, no, you have a Packard Bell family computer that your dad
Packard
let you
Bell,
on.
yeah.
You know? Or
Yeah.
CompuServe.
You have a 64 megabyte hard drive. Yeah.
My beats are on a floppy disk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
You're old as fuck,
I'm old
dude.
as shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm older than both of you, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Shut up. Respect your elders.
Okay. You're like 4 months older than me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
You wouldn't know by looking at us.
That's true.
Tony's
Yeah.
been a silver fox since he was in 7th grade.
Is that right?
I've had gray hair since I was 16.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's never gone fully gray.
But you're not like balding though, so
No,
that's
I'll
you're
take
like Leslie Nielsen. You're gonna have you seen? There's no evidence of Leslie Nielsen being like under like 60 years old.
He's
Like you can look
just-
back to 1965 and he's a silver fox, and he died in like 2010.
Yeah.
Silver
so.
fox, same thing.
Yeah, like Steve Martin too.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
I'm still not convinced Steve Martin's hair isn't cocaine.
And just pure coke. Yeah. Bolivian shale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, he's another dude who didn't age for 40 years.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Martin Short has tried really hard to make it look like he's not aged for 40 years.
Martin Short's funnier than Steve Martin.
Oh yeah.
That's
We've
it.
been watching Jiminy Glick.
Oh,
Oh,
dude,
dude,
Primetime
fuck yeah.
Glick is the funniest shit ever. I tell people about it and they don't even know what I'm talking about.
You know, I introduced Tony to it.
I've known about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
my- dude, I used to
Never
watch that
watched it.
shit when it was new.
Why do
dude.
so many fat kids play the tuba?
The funniest is when he like asks someone like a question and they're trying to seriously answer, and he's just like shoveling donuts.
Yeah. He's choking on the
or
donuts.
jelly beans or whatever
Yeah,
it is.
yeah,
Shit's
yeah.
so fucking funny.
Yeah. Love that.
He does the best backhanded compliments.
Yes.
I've heard a lot of good things. No, what is it?
Good things
A lot of people say
He
good
like his
things about Tony Bruhn's comedy. I haven't heard any of them.
and he's doing it with like A-list celebrities and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We watched Jon Stewart last
That was a
night.
good one with Jon Stewart, yeah.
What did he do?
He was talking about quitting cigarettes. He's like, this is how addiction is. You know, you're just replacing something in yourself with the addiction. And Jimmy's just shoveling donuts. He's like, I don't understand what you're talking about. Yeah.
Comedy Central. What does it feel like to be in not real show business?
So one of your favorite movies is The Three Amigos.
Fuck.
Yeah.
love that
We
movie.
watched it
So-
in the van on the way
Yeah,
here.
when we got a flat tire, we watched it in the van.
Dude, I remember we were coming back from like a terrible show in Douglas, Arizona, I think it was.
Yeah.
And Roy Lee Reynolds, I'm pretty sure it was Roy, you, and I feel like there was someone else there, and you guys were just reciting every fucking line from The Three Amigos. And
Yeah.
at first I was like, all right, and then it just kept going and going. And I was like 2 weeks into being sober, and I almost jumped out of the fucking car. I was like, they're still going right now.
Yeah. Well, we were drinking scotch while watching it.
Yeah, it's a good
The
time.
van wasn't moving, so it wasn't an offense. But yeah.
Drinking scotch. Hell
Would you
yeah.
say there's
In
a
a van.
plethora? A plethora?
Hey,
That
what?
was my favorite. What? Yeah. It's a good movie.
Why, El Guapo?
I feel like I never would have seen that movie if not for Tony Bruhn, dude.
Dude, my manager at work has probably seen that more.
You didn't see that until he told you
No,
about
I
it?
never heard of it.
What?
That's crazy.
I feel like it's pretty like deep cut. I've never.
I don't know. I mean, not for me. I think it's the best movie
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
It is my favorite movie of all time. I love the Three
No, it's
Amigos.
great.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes does disagree.
I don't give a
Said it was
fuck.
pile of
They
shit.
would bought it
Well, I
on
disagree
Tomatoes.
too.
Yeah.
With Rotten Tomatoes, there's a couple of things that come into play. It's like, what is the user score,
Yeah.
and when was the movie out? If it's from 1981, it's just like, who gives a fuck? But
Yeah.
if it's like from when the website was active, that's where you get a more accurate score.
Is there a black non-binary woman in the top of the bill?
Oh yeah, well, a lot of those woke movies, you can tell
Yeah.
it's like, oh,
They
they're
get, like,
bought and
60
paid for by
points.
the critics.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's like the users are like 17%, and then it's 89%
Yeah,
critics.
yeah.
Like, sure.
What's that movie that's like the favorite for Best Picture? Amelia or something? Was it called?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's about
She's like
a transgender
drug
drug
lord.
dealer and her power bitch lawyer who's also non-binary fighting the world. Something like
Something
this.
like that.
Yeah, it's like a formula for success. No one actually watched it, but
It kind of feels like old Hollywood, though, where they just do cocaine and throw ideas at the wall.
Right,
Like there was that one movie about the kids who wanted to go to New York and they met dinosaurs and to stop an evil circus. I'm like, there's no way that wasn't written by like on cocaine.
just coke.
Yeah, just coke. Yeah.
They just come up with the name for the movie and then
Right.
get lunch. Like, Killdozer. All right, let's eat. That's it.
Well, those
Yeah.
made those like straight to Tubi movies are the
Yeah,
best.
exactly.
Do you guys remember? So Blockbuster Video.
Yeah.
Sure.
They used to have their version of Tubi movies, like way before like streaming services happened. So you would go and you'd see like knockoffs to whatever
Right.
popular.
Yes.
So I remember one time I accidentally rented Transmorphers. I thought it was Transformers. I used to do a bit about it, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Transmorphers, and there was like so many different versions of whatever popular Hollywood movie
Yeah.
that was like
Yeah.
in the theaters or just that was famous at the time, and they would make their shit like Sci-Fi Channel quality version of it.
Right. I used to love sci-fi original movies. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, there's
Tremors
some-
is one of my favorite movies.
They made like 4 just for sci-fi. They had a series too.
Yeah, I rented
They had a series for Tremors?
Titanic 2, and it looked like Titanic. They ripped off the cover, but the boat was clearly made of cardboard. Like, yeah, it was
No,
like,
dude, I do a bit about that too. So
Yeah.
I watched the movie Titanic 2, and it's not a sequel. It's just about a separate ship
Yeah.
called Titanic
Titanic.
2.
Oh.
yeah.
I'm glad I didn't watch it.
It's like 48 minutes long.
That would
you
be
know?
like having a movie called Forrest Gump again, or like Forrest Gump as well, like another guy who's named that.
well.
But it's not an actual sequel.
the prequel before Gump. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's Bubba. Bubba the movie.
he gets his own spin-off. Yeah, dude. That's
hilarious.
before they made sequels of everything. If Forrest Gump came out like last year, there'd be a sequel already.
Oh,
They were
right.
trying. They didn't. There was a book sequel to Forrest Gump, but there
Really?
was. Yeah, there was a book, but there wasn't a movie.
Yeah, like
I
kid
feel
became a
like
serial killer.
I feel like legacy sequels almost always suck shit.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, like The
always.
Wiz. That's a good example. A spin-off of The Wizard of Oz. That Wiz, it's like acid.
The one
Wizard
with
of Oz.
Jennifer Connelly
Yeah,
from
it's
like
crazy.
1986. That's
Yeah.
a crazy movie.
Yeah, crazy.
Never seen it.
And it came out what 50 years later.
Yeah,
The Wizard of
yeah.
Oz was like 1939 or some
Right,
shit.
right.
And
It's
it
a
came
good
out in
year.
like 86.
Yeah. Yeah. They still painted the Tin Man in like toxic titanium.
There's
shit.
like a scene where like a head is like chasing, like flying after her or something.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty
Yeah,
wild.
It's good times. It's like Gremlins-esque, absurd
Gremlins is
horror.
kind of fun.
Gremlins crazy.
Gremlins
though.
2 is just like
Yeah.
That was
that's
an
like
acid
that.
trip.
That's
That
one of the
too.
first like let's just do cocaine and see what
Right.
happens with a big time movie sequel.
I just want to be. I want to be in the office when the guy's like, "We need to get Hulk Hogan in here, right?"
Well, have you seen the Key and Peele sketch about Gremlins?
No.
There's one where like dude like interrupts, like they're having like a board meeting about the movie, and then some dude just interrupts and goes, "How about we have Hulk Hogan?" and like just change is like, "How about we have a gremlin?" And like because there's all those preposterous
Right.
styles of gremlins. He's like, "We have a gremlin," and he just starts explaining, and everyone just starts agreeing. And the guy who's like, "No, what are we talking about? What are we doing here? We have the movie." And then it's a pretty funny sketch.
Can't say no to Hulk. Do you guys remember the scene from Gremlins when she's explaining why she doesn't like Christmas? About her dad getting stuck in the chimney and
Yes.
the body being there for like 3 weeks. It's like, could have just said you didn't like Christmas.
Right.
But no, my dad dressed up as Santa Claus, tried to come down the chimney,
And
got
he
stuck.
died.
We didn't know where he was for 3 weeks, and then we got the smell. And that's where Papa was, and that's why I don't like Christmas. Could have said you were Jewish. I don't know.
Valid
Right.
reason not to like Christmas.
Yeah, that's a fucking good reason.
Yeah. Why do you like Christmas? It killed my father.
That's a reason not to like your dad. He's a fucking idiot.
Oh my
You
god.
can't make it down the chimney. I think maybe I could make it down the chimney.
You could fit in most.
You have a
places,
nice
dude.
chimney
Chimney
build
body.
for sure.
Yeah.
You're like a pool noodle.
I call it concentration camp chic.
You're like an inflatable. What is that? What do they call the inflatable
Waving
Flailing arm. Yeah.
flailing arm man?
It's not actually inflated. yeah. That's how people.
You're like
Tube
a-
man. It was
Tube
like-
man.
Yeah.
You're like a single piece of pasta, uncooked.
Oh yeah, linguine, baby.
You do look like a linguine
The
if you were
ladies like
Italian.
to
Yeah.
twirl me around. Yeah, no, it's good times.
Hell
I
yeah.
didn't ask for this body.
Sure.
Yeah, let's talk about your body now. Tom.
Everyone knows what my body looks like. I look like a fucking folded tortilla.
Other than you, because you're blind.
I got it. You got it.
You look like a sopapilla with legs. Oh my god.
Thanks, guys.
So, what do you guys think of your whole experience here in Austin? How many days have you been here now?
9?
9, I think so.
9. You guys really committed.
Yeah, it was fun. So far, it's been last night. This is the best part of it.
Yeah.
I tried to tell. So like last week when they first showed up, they did the Chupacabra mic, which was the first one, which
inaugural.
was a shit show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I was like, come to Anderson Mill afterward, and they were just like so drained from that shit show.
Yeah.
That they didn't go, and it was fun. But then you guys got to experience it last night at least.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's
I'm
really
mad
great.
I will listen to you forever now for comedy.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure. I mean, it was good to do all these.
Oh yeah, I mean, we had to experience it ourselves.
It
also,
makes
So
it
you guys are
better.
getting some cool footage and all that shit too.
Yeah.
right. Let's
Yeah.
see if this goes anywhere. Hopefully, but yeah, it's gonna
Tony
be.
crushed on Banana Phone. So
I don't even remember that. I'm not gonna lie. I was just drinking.
Okay. Yeah.
I was like,
Oh, Banana Phone, the heckle mic. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun.
You got it.
Six judges though.
Yeah.
It's
preposterous.
it used to be like 3, and now it's
Right.
just
It's
gotten.
a shouting match. Yeah.
It is a
and
shouting
it's
match,
everyone
yeah.
trying to one up each other. Like it's a great show because like it's fun
Yeah.
For everyone.
for everybody.
Yeah.
Gets the audience going.
The audience going, and it's funny when like they bomb in the audience too. Sometimes like when
Yeah.
someone says
Oh,
something
Who's
so
that guy,
like,
Remy?
Crickets. Yeah, Remy.
Shut up.
there's some
Remy.
people that just can't hit. Like no
Right.
matter how hard they fucking try, it's just everything they say just.
And you can look up heckles on Google. Like
I
pre-made
would have never thought of that. See,
general.
I'm not smart.
Oh yeah. Well, a couple of them I'd heard before. It was
Right,
Like it's a
right.
classic heckle.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah.
It was also 2.5 hours long. By the time we were up,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like fatigued.
Yeah, you guys were the last two.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were.
I haven't done that mic since like 2022.
Yeah. Well.
Also, I didn't know if I did that well, but the day after when we were going to get ready for Kill Tony,
Your
it was-
Trump shit hit.
I know. I was so happy about
We
that.
hit the whole time. Yeah.
But that guy, there's a guy on the street. He's like, "Hey, blind guy, you killed on Banana Phone." I was like, "Thanks, man."
Hell yeah.
It's a sentence I'll never hear again.
yeah, that's what I hear. It's a sentence you'll never hear in life again. Hey, blind guy. Banana
phone.
Where's the phone? Is my
There was
question.
never phone or
I
banana.
don't know what the angle is behind the name.
On the
Banana
poster,
Phone.
it says when hecklers call into the show. But I guess maybe that's like figurative from the audience calling in.
Like an old school betting mafia movie. Just get on the phone. Hey, give him this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Tell him he's fat.
Tell him to go get his shine box.
Yeah.
You motherfucker.
You motherfucker.
I used to try to do that bit on stage where I'd get in arguments with people on the chat line.
I remember that. That's a good joke.
Yeah, so there's it still might exist, but there's this thing called like the party line,
line.
the
Oh
chat
yeah,
line.
yeah.
And in the early 2000s, it was just they would have like a internet site that would show the numbers to every like major city, and there was like dozens
Yeah.
of numbers, and all it is dudes like arguing with each other and trying to get laid. Like those are the
Yeah.
only two things. And me and Glendon, I don't know if you ever met Glendon
know
from
Glendon.
Phoenix.
Yeah, I have
Glennon McGee. He's Black John, but better.
I have not.
Yeah,
Wait, the
exactly. He has cerebral palsy. Super funny, quick-witted
Very
black dude
funny.
from Compton. We
Yes.
started together, and he's like a masterful roaster. And we
Yeah.
would just go, and we would just go, like we started doing it on Periscope, where we would just use it. We'd
fuck yeah.
stream with my phone, and then we'd go and we just roast the fuck out of people. And we became like good at it. And then I started doing it. I would do a bit about me and
Yeah, on
Glendon,
Periscope,
and it
yeah.
would crush. And I was like, "Watch this. Give me a city." And then the crowd would yell at a city. And I was like, "Baltimore Raven, let's call it." And I would just navigate through rooms, and someone would be talking. And I would just go, "Shut up!" And then you just hear, "Fuck you!" And it was a couple of times it murdered, but then other times it was too hard to get someone to engage, and it just got
Right.
awkward. I'm just navigating through like different
Yeah,
rooms
yeah,
and
yeah.
shit, but.
I imagine those rooms are empty now.
I remember when one time Glenn was roasting this dude so hard that the dude just stopped responding. And then Glenn was like, "I know you there. I can hear your perm."
It's like crank yankers, but for
Yeah.
I used to do something similar on an app called Zello. Did I ever tell you about that?
No.
It's a
Zellow's like where you find homes or some shit.
No, that's Zillow. Zello. So I found Zello after I graduated high school, and it's just a walkie-talkie app that connects to the whole world.
Yeah.
And it was so fucking fun just because they have different roast rooms and shit like that. But people would make their fucking lives about that app. Like, oh, ride or die for this roast room only. Fuck everything else on.
Right.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But it was so fun. I remember there was one dude who would send pictures of him fake cutting himself because a girl on the other, like half the way across the world didn't like him back. Like, it was
my God.
crazy. I asked him to spell peanut butter and he couldn't, and he didn't get back on the app for like months.
He couldn't spell.
Damn.
Yeah, it was awesome. Good times. Sorry, just relating over there.
Yeah, dudes used to want to meet up and fight, and I would give out like I remember I would go on Yahoo Maps and find like a real cross street in whatever city, and be like, "Meet me here, bitch." And they'd be like, "All right, motherfucker, I'm coming." Shit, I was like, "I'm gonna get someone shot." There's gonna be a guy just walking
minding
up-
his business.
Yeah.
He's going to 7-Eleven to buy some
Musa.
condoms, and he's gonna get shot by some guy.
And if it's a bad hood too, it's like, are you Musa? Like, who wants to know? Maybe I am.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, those are the
Those
days.
were the days.
Those were the days. Good old bullying.
Message boards and such. Yeah.
I mean, now it's all Reddit is kind of like that.
Oh my God, Reddit is a toxic
Reddit's the
place.
cesspool. Like I've said that, like if the worst part of the internet, I think probably like child porn, and then right underneath it is Reddit. Like seriously, that's how close it is to being the worst part of the fucking internet.
I bet that's a Venn diagram with a lot of
Yeah.
Only to the Pentagon.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's and I think it's 98% liberals on Reddit from my observation. Yeah, a lot of Trump
probably
derangement.
on average, but you can find the pockets
sure.
of people that are into whatever.
Look, if
'Cause I
Clint's
mean-
on there, I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, sure.
Because Reddit is so fucking massive now that it's just like saying the internet's 80%
Right.
liberals or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
It's like not necessarily. It just depends where you go.
Where you're going,
You
yeah.
can find parts of Reddit that's
Maybe it's because I'm Canadian. They just give me all the liberal.
Probably.
stuff. Yeah.
Welcome to America. Be like us.
Yeah, be like us. I'm trying. Okay, I've
So
renounced.
is Canada going to be a part of America soon, or what? What's up with that?
I don't think you want all of it. You probably just want Alberta.
Alberta.
Dude. You don't want to fuck with Quebec.
We'll take a second Texas.
Yeah, sure.
Hell yeah.
And I think Alberta would probably want that. I don't know.
Well, don't you guys like pay for most of other Canada or some shit?
Yeah, 100%. Alberta pays for Alberta and British Columbia pay for most of the rest of the country. Yeah, and then they say, Alberta, you're terrible for getting that oil out of the ground. It's like, we pay for your French Canadian shit. So yeah, but no, it's funny. Trudeau spent 9 years telling people that Canada had no national identity, and then as soon as this Trump thing happened, he's like, Team Canada, let's go, fuck this guy. It's like, okay, yeah, maybe it's a good thing. Yeah, Trudeau.
So Trump is like your guys' 9/11?
Yeah,
Everyone's
dude.
Canadian and together? Right
Came
on.
in hard. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So we needed it. Yeah.
Sure.
We'll see. See what happens.
What made you move to Arizona?
I used to be a professional bike racer, so I'd come down there in the winter to train because you can't train in Canada in the winter.
Yeah.
And yeah, Emily and I kind of fell in love with it, and then COVID happened, and COVID was nuts in Canada.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like we paid for our house up there. We bought a house on a ski hill, and we would live there in the summer when no one wanted to be there, and then rent it out all winter to skiers and come down to Tucson where living was cheap and kind of. But the government actually canceled all of our bookings for the winter because of COVID. They manually went in there and canceled. So we're like, all right, we're gonna lose the house, so we sold it and moved to Tucson. I love Tucson, man.
Yeah.
As a Canadian, it feels like people just mind their own fucking business. You know, nobody's like tattling on you, just like, yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Again, I live in a neighborhood, like there's a Trump sign and a Kamala sign next door. It's fine. You know, they don't fucking bother each other about it, which in Canada would not happen. Yeah. There was, in Canada, they had a rule like our provinces are like states, you know, like, so they had an anti-travel rule during COVID, which turned into like a fucking state war. And Alberta license plates, if you were in BC, they would smash your car up. Like, you came across the border, we're smashing your car to shit. You brought COVID here. And it's like, yeah, it's just
people were crazy
it's a powder
about that.
keg. Yeah, totally. But Tucson felt very relaxed. I'm sure if you lived there the whole time, it felt weird. But
It was weird.
yeah, for us, it was like stuff's open, you know?
I would go out still.
Yeah.
Like just to ride the bike or whatever, because no one else was outside. I'm like, what are you doing outside? There's no one around here, bro. That's
Yeah.
fine.
The craziest shit I saw during COVID in Arizona, I'd ride on the loop, the path there, and these old guys would have the mask in the back pocket of their cycling jersey, and they'd see you coming from like 200 yards.
And they'd
like,
put it on.
Combined speed of 40 miles an hour closing. They take their hands off the bars, put the mask on their face, and hold it there with no hands on the handlebars. While
And then
you
they
pass.
look at you.
Yeah, and it's like, dude.
That was always the worst.
Yeah,
when
they look
when
you
they
right
put the
in the eye. It's
mask
like-
on and they
It's like,
stare
dude,
at you.
the risk of you crashing and breaking a hip is far higher than me like spouting COVID at you at 40
No
miles
shit.
an hour.
What
Yeah,
are you, reptile? You're just gonna spit fucking acid at them?
I mean,
Dude, I remember. So I doing a lot of Postmates during like 2020, 2021. They would have these mandatory, like, you have to wear a mask if you enter the building.
Right.
And one of the last people or companies that just would not like let go of the masking shit was Panda Express.
Really?
I used to get kicked at it because like I used to be like, whatever, it's not worth arguing. I'm here for 20 seconds to grab the food and leave. But like something happened one day where I was like, I'm fucking done with this shit.
Yeah.
And I got kicked out of Panda Express like 3 different times. And I realized what it was. Is remember the stigma for Asian people?
right.
So real authentic Asian restaurants, they were all masked up. Fair enough.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
Panda Express.
Right.
Yeah.
You really think you're authentic Asian enough to like fucking
Yeah.
enforce masks in 2022? Go fuck yourselves. Like,
I don't think there's a Panda Express in Wuhan. I doubt they have.
Yeah.
Right.
it's like all Mexicans work here anyway. Like,
Right,
what are we
yeah,
doing?
it's true.
Like,
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, Canada, I don't know how it is now, but last time we were there, still 25% of people wearing masks, and it's a political.
25%.
Yeah, political
so
statement.
high.
Yeah, it's a political statement for sure.
Oh yeah.
I even
yeah.
noticed
It's the- yeah.
in
There's
Arizona
yeah.
around the election, people started
Start wearing a
masking
mask
up
again, yeah, that was-
purely as a statement.
Uh-huh.
It's such a bizarre thing. Yeah. People
Yeah,
just
like
need a
Rogan
cause.
said, it's the MAGA hat for.
Yeah,
That's true.
It
Yeah.
kind of is.
Yeah,
Got to shave your eyebrows and hair and wear a mask.
right.
It's funny when I went to vote. Like I remember, I could tell who everyone was voting for based on their
same thing,
appearance.
yeah.
Right.
Same thing.
100%.
Like I don't know 100%. There's some people that will surprise you, but
Right.
that's like the chick with purple hair and the cat sweater. Obviously
I
she's voting
wonder.
for Trump.
Trump,
I mean,
yeah.
Obviously, it's Trump. Yes.
Because she hates immigrants. Yes.
right.
Yeah. No, that's
No,
true.
it's pretty easy to pinpoint.
Well, the Democrats asked me and Emily to vote several times, even though we're not citizens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like in the Walmart parking lot, they'd be like, "Are you registered to vote?" And I'd be like, "I'm not a citizen. You can still sign up." It's like, no,
No
that's
shit.
against the law. But
It's like I'm a felon. It's like it's okay.
it's all right.
Right. It's all right.
It's
Your
all right.
vote counts.
It's like
Yeah.
I killed 3 people. I'm a fugitive. It's fine.
It's okay.
Vote on behalf of them.
I am the Zodiac killer.
Right.
I'm confessing for the first time. You can vote for Kamala. Come on.
You know what changed this time around? Not to get into politics or anything, but this past election in 2020, it was like 95% pretty much being harassed by
yeah.
Democrats with text messaging and showing
Yeah.
up at
Oh,
your
dude,
door and
yeah.
emails and phone calls. It was damn near 50-50 this year. Like the texts I get, I was getting a fuckload of vote for Trump shit.
Yeah.
Which I think that might have been the difference where they're like, fuck it, we're going to do what they did.
I think that's why I voted this year. I didn't get hardly any of that
Yeah.
because last time I did not vote.
Dude,
I did not vote at all.
Dude,
So that was your fault then, huh?
Yeah, that
Nice.
Biden one.
Nice,
yeah,
Tony.
Dude, I would troll the fuck out of the texts and shit I would get. Like Tim
Yeah.
Walz would, I'd always get the,
Yeah.
oh
How's the
my
football
god, I'd be
team
like, you
doing?
look like Bernie Sanders, fuck John McCain. Like, you get the hell away from me.
I think Waltz would have fucked both of them and been happy about it. Yeah. Fuck, yeah. Yeah, it was a wild experience. First election in the U.S. It was very charged up.
Congratulations.
It just felt like a big gaslighting because, like, I think, like, intellectually, it was like, I think Trump's going to win this because she's horrible.
Well, she wasn't
Like,
nominated.
I want. There's an app called Kalshi where you can just bet on anything.
I've heard about
You can like
this,
bet
yeah.
on is the overall price of pretzels going to go up by December, and like you can wager money. So there's like thousands of things to bet on. Kamala was like a 90% favorite to win the popular vote, and I was just like, bullshit. I
Right.
don't care who you vote for or what side you're on. Anyone that has a functioning brain that's been online, it's Trump is going to win the popular vote.
Right.
Yeah.
And he clear and I won. I
did.
ended up like profiting like $90 on my bet.
Oh, wow.
I was like, "There's no fucking way!" Like,
Right.
Yeah. It's hilarious to bet on elections. I think that's fun.
Other countries do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, do they? Yeah. Canada.
I'm sorry, I
sure.
meant interfere.
Yeah, interference. Yeah. Canada sent some people down to work for Kamala, which is totally for an election interference. But it's like,
No
it's
shit.
fine. It's fine. It's cool.
It's for the lesser evil.
Yeah, the lesser. Well, he is Hitler.
Oh, yeah, that's
know.
right. He is Hitler.
Yeah. You know who else ran in an election? Hitler.
yeah.
Yeah. So politics are fun.
They are.
Let's be honest. That shit that Elon did was pretty stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Which
I was
part
saying
of it?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying like. Everyone can pull up the examples of like, oh, it's a Roman salute.
Sure,
so
but
many,
that's a silly. I
But
agree.
I was just
I
like,
agree.
you're giving them something that's so like.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
almost like if he had like a swastika and he's like, no, it's the,
It's the
Buddhist
Buddhist
symbol. Of
symbol.
love.
Yeah, yeah.
Technically, you're not wrong, but like, who's gonna believe that?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you're just.
I don't think he knew what he was doing. I mean, there's still an autistic part of that. He
But
didn't
he
like
supposedly,
fully commit to it. He didn't like hold it there. He
And he did
realized
the-
he's like I did it.
Yeah. Did Hitler do the heart thing?
No, I don't.
Probably
I don't know.
started that way, and then he's like, "This makes me look like a pussy." We're just gonna go
Yeah.
with the fucking. That's like the same argument the
Do you
liberals
think Elon
had
went? Sorry, go ahead.
for that Last Supper thing at the Olympics. They're like, "It's an ancient Greek thing." It's like it's the Last Supper
Yeah.
with trans
Yeah,
people.
no shit.
Come
Those
on.
those guys are going.
Come
down.
on! All of a sudden, everybody became a Greek scholar, and it's like it's from Mistopheles, 30 BC. Everyone knows that. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, dude,
You
100%.
think Elon, after that salute, he went backstage and goes, "Oopsie." Whoopsies.
Like, well,
Whoops. Yeah.
It'd be talked about for a while at least.
Imagine being married to that guy, like his wife.
Is he married?
He was. He's had many kids.
he like lives here in Austin.
What?
Was he actually?
Elon Musk?
Yeah, or partially he does.
Yeah.
Because he moved Tesla here, and he's in town all the fucking time.
Nice. Wow.
Why Austin? I think you would think that because I was saying up
don't
before.
know.
I feel like Austin is like San Francisco tried to sneak into Texas. That's what Austin feels like.
Yeah, I call it gluten-free Texas.
Yeah. As a gluten-free guy, I can respect
There
that.
you go.
Yeah, I am a pussy.
Yeah, there's like, it's so weird because like all you have to do is drive like
Dion just pulled it up for us. 12 kids by Elon.
12
Jesus.
shows. Remember when he tried to name one of his kids like a mathematical equation?
Like X972.
And then he switched it because he's just like, now I'm just trolling whatever school they go to, and the teacher's like, really?
Never mind the kid.
Just kidding. It's Caitlin.
Yeah, he just changed it just to like Jeff.
Yeah.
He's like, fine, whatever.
Caitlyn Jenner Musk. It's
Yeah.
an homage. She's a good Republican now.
Right. No,
Yeah.
what I was saying about Austin is like, Austin is very blue and it's mostly liberal, but like there's so many surrounding little towns. All it takes is like driving 20 minutes and it's just
Yeah.
Right. That's what
You
I found
picked
out
up
when
on
we
it
did
right
the
away.
and it's like
Yeah.
Republicans everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. All of a sudden, like, I did some Canadian jokes, and they're like, "Are Canadians really like that?" Whereas downtown, it was like, "We love Canada. Why are you complaining? It's a perfect socialist republic.
Yeah.
Why, you know, we want to move to Canada. No one ever does, though.
Right.
They're like, we want to move there. It's a paradise. And no one ever does.
Who's that old actor? The I keep forgetting his name. Robert something.
Reiner?
De Niro?
No, Robert De Niro always says he's gonna move there.
I
Yeah.
think he did move to like France or something, didn't he?
No, I don't
didn't
know.
he actually
Ellen
move this time?
moved to London.
Ellen moved to
England.
London and her house flooded. I think.
Yeah. I mean, that's
in
just-
London?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Not London,
did
it
it
was
burn
like-
down in LA and flood in London? That'd be awesome.
That'd be
So
awesome.
she can't escape God's wrath.
Yeah. I mean, that is like fucking biblical. I was in Utah a lot for bike racing, and I remember this like Mormon guy, completely normal dude, and then you get on the topic of
Oh,
like,
yeah, dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I started like riffing on it, like, you know, the Mormons think they invented everything, they think God is like just for them, and he's like, well, you know, we elected a lesbian mayor in Salt Lake City, and only the gay bars flooded. I was like,
That's
oh,
hilarious.
yeah. He's like, I was like, really, dude? Is that a joke?
Remember
Yeah.
when that shit happened? Where was it? Was it like Yankee Stadium or something got flooded?
What was this? Like,
And they were blaming it because like on opening day they had like some gay pride parade. So Yankee Stadium like flooded hard, and like a bunch of people were like, "See, that's what you get."
That's what you get. Yeah.
no one says that. No one ever says that about like diagnosis. You know,
It
he's
cancer.
got cancer.
Well, AIDS, dude.
oh,
Well,
AIDS,
there
you're
you
right.
go.
AIDS,
He created
yeah,
a specific disease
right.
Yeah.
to target the gays. I mean,
Yeah. Guy from Montreal was patient zero. He's the guy that fucked the monkey.
really?
Truly. Yeah.
Is it from Montreal? Really?
Yeah. Ah, you fucked a monkey. It's a good time, no? Huh? What's the worst that could happen? Huh? Yeah, fucking French people. Have you ever been to Quebec? Have you ever done comedy
no, I've
there?
never been to Canada.
Oh, you should try to do comedy in Montreal. It's like the
I would
Mecca.
love to.
Yeah, just for laughs
Canada
and all
would
that
be
stuff.
awesome. Yes.
Yeah. I don't
Well,
know if
remember when we had that? No, so back in 2020, right? JFL's done now.
Yeah.
It's gone. But the year that COVID released, there's a guy named Ron Reed
Yes.
who lives in Tucson, but he's like a former comedian / big time booker, producer, lived in Seattle for years, owned like the Comedy Underground and shit. He had connections to JFL, and he gave me, Matt Zemak, and Pauly Casillas, because they travel cities doing auditions. They didn't have one in Tucson, but he's like, give me your best video and I'll submit it to the producers.
Yeah.
And we all submitted, and then COVID happened and they canceled
Oh.
it. So I was like, yeah.
It was also what were the other runs that they had back in the day? What was it called? No, it's never mind. Fuck it. Just a lot of shit died during COVID. I remember that was when I first started. When I would take like Greyhounds to fucking shit spots.
Dude, you were going out. Tony would just disappear for like 2 weeks and just like hit a Greyhound bus and just go up to like San Francisco from Tucson by himself. And then
we kind of have that in common because for bike racing, it was the same. Like before I was a pro, you just go to fucking Arkansas. There's a bike race there.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah, middle of fucking nowhere. I ended up sleeping in my car in rural Arkansas. Scariest night of my life.
I remember
Yeah.
I took like 2 trains and a bus to do a show in Stockton, California.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'll
God.
never forget that shit, dude. They didn't have patrols with police. They had patrols with cartel. You could like,
Yeah.
it was nuts, dude. I'll never forget that.
I told someone, I did a bike race in Stockton as well, and it's like, don't crash because your bike's gonna disappear.
Right.
It's like, where to go?
Yeah. As you're riding it, it's just gone. You just fall like a Looney Tunes cartoon. You just fall to the ground. You're like, what?
Just holding the.
They are good, dude. Fuck, got me. Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of Greyhounds to fucking nowhere. I remember that.
Yeah.
There's one comic I knew that let me sleep on their couch. That's where I saved the most money because I'd spend like $21 on a Greyhound ticket and then fucking do a shit 10-minute spot in a place no one went to.
Yeah.
I think I got $20 sometimes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Stopped taking the Greyhound because in where we lived in Kelowna, British Columbia, the guy murdered someone and ate their face on the Greyhound. Yeah.
I remember the story.
Yeah.
I kind of remember that.
I remember
too.
that story.
Then they let him out of jail after 3 years because his mental illness was cured. Yeah. And what do you know? He killed another person. That never happens.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Face tastes different when you're out of jail.
Kentucky Fried Face. Good times.
Also, Greyhound, every time I was on a Greyhound, like every single time I was on a Greyhound, I was always sat next to a fucking crackhead. Like, where did you get the money for this?
Yeah.
Who
Oh
put
my
you on this
God.
Greyhound?
Dude, I used to, so when I was making before comedy, and I was recording a ton of music, I used to go up to Phoenix all the time, and we'd record for the weekend. Then I would Greyhound back. One time I was sitting next to like this, like middle-aged like black lady, and she was drinking Southern Comfort, like shooters, and she kept offering me, and I would say no. And then I remember at one point, and like other people heard this too. She just turned to me and goes, "I bet you got a big dick." And I was like, "What?" And she goes, "You know how I can tell it's your nose? You got a wide nose." And I was like, "Thank you, ma'am." And then like I was just sitting there, like I was only like 21 at the time, and I was just like, "Okay, this is weird." And she was like 50 probably,
Nice.
and she was just putting back shots.
That's a
and-
great compliment, like a fucking great compliment tagged with an insult. It's like,
Yeah.
I know you have a big dick because you're a fucking retard. It's like,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
That's awesome. Well, it sounds like a good bus partner, though. Booze and compliments about the size of your penis.
No, mine was just asking who I was every 2 hours. Who are you? Who are you? I don't.
They would just like black out and forget that.
Dude, they were cracked out.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it was also the one I remember. The one I'm talking about was also just a middle-aged black lady with a fucked up fro.
Yeah.
She's like, who are you? I'm like,
Yeah.
I was also like, I think I was like 23 or 24. No, I started comedy 24, so it was like 25.
Yeah.
But I hated that shit. Who are you?
I imagine Greyhound now just functions to drop off degenerate fathers in Florida and come back empty, right?
Sure.
Yeah. It's like start a new life, forget about your family. I think that's what that's for.
Or I would never use the bathroom on that Greyhound either. It just
Oh
sounds
boy!
awful.
God.
Yeah, that's a novelty. The first time you do it, you're like, I'm
I never
peeing
have.
in a moving vehicle, and then
Never have.
you have a couple bad experiences. Yeah, yeah.
I always feel bad for the people that just sit next to the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
Because there's always going to be some fat guys like, I don't care, I'm on a fucking bus. Just,
Did you say I'm on a bus or I'm going to bust?
oh, I'm on a fucking bus. I'm just gonna,
And I'm going to
shit.
bust.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking, you can hear him.
I don't know, dude. You took a pretty legendary shit in the bathroom on the first night.
I did.
He comes in the door. Tony or Dion takes the mic off him. He's like, "Good. I'm gonna take a shit. I didn't want you guys to hear it." Sits down. 1 second. It's like, yeah, we heard it, dude. We heard it.
Oh my god.
This guy's an elite shitter, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you fucking bomb that
His
toilet.
butt's made for pooping.
Yeah, that's what it's for. Yeah, mostly. I hope
Use it
that's
for what it's
yeah.
for. Shit.
Yeah, pooping.
Yeah. So
Anyway, Greyhounds are weird.
it's not the best method of travel. I feel like it's almost as expensive as a Southwest flight too. Yeah.
No, Southwest's a little more expensive.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Luckily, I don't have to travel by Greyhound anymore. I have friends who will vouch for me.
We
I
have
can do
Randy
shows.
now.
Yeah, we
The
have Randy.
van. Our van is named Randy because it killed a
So-
bird on the way here.
What are you guys doing after this Austin run? You have anything else planned, or just going back?
No, I just canceled my next shows, actually.
Oh yeah, the Mexico,
Mexico
show.
shows,
Since they're going to
shows.
deport you,
Yeah, well, they're not deport me. I don't know if I can get back in.
right?
Right.
I know I could. I want it to be that day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to spend the night.
I definitely don't. I don't speak enough Spanish. That's the only the real reason I'm scared.
Right.
That and I'd probably look like someone that owes someone else money. You know, it's like, there
Yeah,
he is. I
you
kicked his
do.
ass last night. He still got the black guy. Kill him.
Yeah. That's still
Wouldn't
the
speaking
black
too
guy.
much Spanish be a downfall?
I mean, I feel like if I could fucking speak enough Spanish, I could
You
clear
could
my
get
name.
yourself out of
Yeah.
trouble.
right.
Yeah.
Other than me, like, me no say.
Me no say. I can do that one.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. No. And we had that Uber driver. Was that an Uber driver? They don't kill tourists. They don't kill tourists. And it's like, except for that one time that they killed the tourists. It's like, yeah, I don't want to be the second time they kill the tourists.
You got some shows coming up, though. You got your little run coming up.
Yeah,
I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, it's kind of stressful because I have to sell tickets in order for the shows to even happen. So over the next few weeks, I got to release a bunch of comedy clips and reels with the link. Probably have to do some ad boosts, pay for like Facebook and Instagram advertisement boosting, and then film some skits with Corey and just really pump the shows. Well, Whittles is working on a flyer right now.
Dude, isn't he great with those?
Oh, he's the best. I got him some work right now too. There's a comedian who wants some flyers, who's willing to pay, and I was like, there you go. There's Whittles.
There was 8 pre-sales for that Mint Show thing that I was doing the feature part of, just because of that flyer. And I'm not gonna lie, that flyer is hilarious.
Yeah, dude.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Yeah, somewhere over. I chose that song. But nice. Also, luckily for you, you have Mad Scientist Productions. We can clip up that set from Velveeta Room.
Our South African talent here.
So I recorded a podcast yesterday and released it. So this will probably be out in a few days. But shout out to Dion for that fucking Velveeta Room set.
Did you get it already?
Yeah, he sent it to me.
It's fucking dope. Yeah, we watched it. Yeah, it was dope as shit.
Yeah, dude, that was fire.
He's the one professional in this room right now.
No shit.
That's probably the most professional set I've ever had recorded.
Yeah,
and it looks great,
and it went well.
And it was a great set too. I remember.
And I picked him. Right? Aren't I a good picker?
Yeah, you are.
I'm a great picker. Have you seen Veep? When she picks her vice president, everybody loves him more than her. Aren't I a good picker?
Right,
I'm the best picker.
Right.
Yeah, you like Tom? I picked him. You got like Dion?
Awesome.
I picked this guy. Yeah.
Yeah, the Velveeta Room might be my favorite room in Austin.
It's so nice.
Why. It's a great
when
room.
it's hot and just structurally and layout wise, location, all of those things together. When the room is hot, it's my favorite room.
Yeah.
I forgot who I was telling last night, but that you could feel the how like it's the oldest club in Austin.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
I fucking love that.
It almost
shit,
has
dude.
like the vibration of the laughter almost.
Yeah.
It's like the dead opposite of Chupacabra, where like the wind is going through it and taking the laughter with it. That's what it sounds
where
like.
you get heckled by crime.
Yeah.
That's right.
Two homeless people fighting outside. There's an ambulance. There's a drunk woman screaming. People stumble into the fucking place.
Yeah.
Didn't one of the comics OD last night?
Something.
Yeah, something happened last night where a comic like had a seizure and they called like 911.
Right.
Yeah. I
I
saw
didn't
him.
see any of it, but I heard them talking about it.
I saw him come out of the ambulance. And the
That was
guy,
at Anderson Mill, right?
yeah. The guy's like, "Do you feel better now?" He's like, "Yep, like $1 million." Like, okay, so Narcan's great then.
Yeah.
Comedians are relentless when it comes to like, I mean, they'll like nearly die and then they'll go on stage afterward.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah. I got a great story now. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rub some dirt on it. And
On our
fucking
way to
keep
kill
going.
Tony, there was that dude who OD'd right in the middle of the street. The firefighters just picked it up, or the EMTs picked it up. Like, it was just another Tuesday.
Same thing in cycling. I know guys that have done like 10-day races with broken collarbones and shit. You just fucking rub some dirt on it. I don't know.
It's so weird, like, because I performed like super sick before, or just like I remember one time it was at the Flycatcher, which used Plush,
It was Plush, yeah.
and then they changed it to the Flycatcher.
Legendary room.
Legendary room. I love
Tucson?
that place. The
Yeah.
switch there
Yeah.
was so fun. And,
Yes.
so many shows. And I did a show, and I remember who was running it. Maybe it was Mo Urban or somebody. And I said I didn't want to perform. I was like, no, I feel fucking horrible. And they were just like, it's just you and Polly left. We need this, blah, blah. I'll pay you $20 more. Just go on stage. And I went up and I did like my 15 minutes, and it went okay. But I went from like feeling so bad to like feeling mostly okay.
You get that adrenaline
as I
in you.
performed. And then as I got off stage,
It just came back.
literally, I walked off stage straight to the bathroom and then just puked for like 3 minutes straight. Like it was like, was I not throwing up on stage? But I got to my closer, and then
I don't know. You kind of got to be a killer to do this stuff at any sort of level. You know, you got to get your opportunity to just fucking do it. Yeah. That's what was the host last night? Anthony, I think.
Anthony Knight.
He said he had
He's a
some
legend,
bad
dude.
Korean barbecue,
Anthony
and he
Knight.
was like shitting in between every set. I was like, that's commitment, dude.
shitting.
Yeah, he just kept him. I thought he was joking. He went to the bathroom like 8 times, so 4-minute shit at a time. Yeah.
Shitting at Anderson Mill already makes you an animal anyway, let alone,
Dude, that's
let alone
one.
running a fucking show during it.
Yeah, Tony and I both said it's hard to find a good place to shit in Austin, dude. Some of
Yeah.
these bathrooms are
Dude,
horrendous.
Corrente. Shout out to Corrente next to the Creek and Cave.
That's a good shit.
Oh, it's the best shit place.
Even the
That
Creek
shit.
and Cave bathroom, I was like, I'm not doing
Horrible.
that.
No.
No, Corrente is directly next door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a single bathroom, so you get to lock the fucking door. It's super clean.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've had some nice shits in there, dude.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be judging too much, though. I'll take shits at the music box.
It's not bad though.
It's not,
It's
but
clean.
yeah.
There's interesting graffiti on the stall.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Yeah,
What
you're
about the fucking mint that doesn't even have a door?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's a,
yeah.
That's a
Well,
vibe
How
for
have they not
sure.
fixed that yet? Like I did the
Is that
mint
even
literally
legal?
in November of just a couple months ago, and I was like, they still haven't made an actual stall.
Dude,
and
yeah.
I've shit in there before.
Yeah.
Like, I had to. one
That's what I was
time.
gonna say. That's if I have to shit, I don't care. I'm just shitting.
You got
have to.
You
Yeah.
got to do what you got to do. Yeah.
You get to meet a friend. I'm like, oh, you were in the bathroom. Shit, how weird was
Yeah,
that?
and it's very awkward when they walk in like this on you as you're
Right,
shooting.
right. They
Like
do that
full
weird,
frontal.
to that weird video game walk. Just go like that and then that.
Yeah, yeah,
The old Resident Evil walk.
Yeah.
Remember
Oh
that?
my god! Yeah.
yeah, yeah. We went to Ego's karaoke.
How
bar
did you
the
guys
other
like
night.
Egos?
Oh,
It's
fucking love that
awesome.
place.
What a
dude.
cool vibe.
Do you remember it? Now?
Yes. Once
Yeah.
I got to the parking garage, I'm like, I remember this place because we were sketched
It's
out when we
weird
first
because
got
it's almost
here.
like hidden. It's like
Yes.
why are we in a parking garage, but there's supposedly a bar here.
It's like a speakeasy, but bathroom.
Even the logo is very speakeasy looking.
Yeah.
And shit.
Bathroom there was a hilarious experience. There's this like wannabe gangster and his buddy in there, and I
Actually,
just
we both
walk
had the
in.
same experience.
Yeah, I just walk in normally like I'm taking a piss, and the guy's like, "Don't look my way, homie." And he's like this tall for like 4'11" or something. I just start laughing at him. I start peeing, and he's talking on FaceTime while
With
he's
his
taking
girl
a
or
piss at the
something.
urinal, and he's pissing. You can hear it, and he's like, "Yo, girl, I'm gonna eat your pussy so good. We're gonna 69." You can hear him flush the toilet and shit.
What?
So I was
Yeah.
in there pissing, and he was in the stall then because he was still in there when I went to the bathroom.
Wow.
And I was taking a piss, and he goes, "You know what I remember, babe? I remember when you walked away from me, but then you came back."
Aren't you glad I did? Yeah. Maybe that's her kink though. Is like
I don't know.
fucking
Well, and you can hear
karaoke
her-
bar bathroom.
You can hear her
talk.
too. She with the same Chola accent. She's like, "Yeah, because I thought about it well, and I was like, I fucking love you, well."
That's some foos gone wild.
Oh,
shit.
dude, it was so funny. I laughed. I laughed
couldn't
out
stop
loud when I was at the
laughing.
urinal. Yeah.
Yeah, he gave up the tough act really quick. Even
Yeah.
with me, like, look at me, but I just started laughing. I couldn't stop. I was like, dude, I can't help it. You're
You
fucking
know what I think
hilarious.
about, babe?
Yeah.
When you walked away from me, but then you came back.
Yeah. And then they tried to do a rap together on stage. And like, yo, good going, man. Good going. You did so good.
You know what's funny? He's over there sweet talking his lady on the phone, and meanwhile hitting on every other woman at the fucking bar too.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe he's hitting on me too.
He might have been.
Yeah. He's like, come
Probably.
take a piss.
You
with
look
me.
like a tall lesbian.
What songs did you do?
I did Friends in Low Places and Hard Work and Mad, and then we did
Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park
In the end.
In the end, and
You guys
then-
were there a long time then.
Yeah, we were there for what, a couple hours?
It wasn't that packed. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's
got-
what I liked about it too.
What
It wasn't
night was
that.
that?
That
Monday?
was. It was Monday, wasn't it?
No, it was
What did we do?
Sunday.
No, it was right after Kill Tony.
So
Oh, yeah, it was Monday.
So
Yeah, yeah,
Monday,
yeah,
That's
yeah,
probably
yeah.
why.
Yeah, we wasted 4
If
hours.
you were there
of
on
our
a
life
Friday,
at
it's
Kill
like
Tony.
getting in more than one song is like, really hard.
I was lucky to get two.
Yeah,
And then
I
we
think
got
we
two.
could have got as many. Like between us, we had like 7 songs.
Right,
which was
Yeah.
more than enough. Yeah.
We got enough footage too, so that was
did.
also fun shooting.
Oh hell yeah, you guys
Yeah.
got footage of that?
I lost my voice too.
Oh yeah.
You
for
gotta
sure.
sing to every song. That's what people love. You
Mm-hmm.
know. The standard of karaoke here is unbelievable though. There's like some real professional singers up there, dude.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
if you
Austin.
Austin is the music capital of the world. That's
thought it
what
was
it says.
national.
Allegedly.
No, I mean I'm not saying it is, but it,
Oh,
like
yeah,
right
yeah.
now, go on your phone and Google music
Yeah.
capital of the world, and Austin comes up. I'm not
like
saying
trademarked.
it's real,
Right,
but
right, I
it's
got
what
you.
is it's deemed.
It's
and
marketed
what-
that way, yes.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Of the world.
Of the
Yeah,
world.
Of the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they try to say it's the comedy capital of the world. It's like,
Sure,
okay.
Yeah.
Top flight security, Craig.
You haven't been to Palestine, dude. Comedy there, unbelievable.
Carpet bombings.
It's like you haven't been to Marana, Arizona, dude. Like,
It's crazy up
You ever
there.
been to, you ever been to Miami, Arizona? you ever do a show in Miami,
Did you do a show
Arizona?
there?
Yeah, dude.
I know Matt Micheletti from Phoenix used to run a show there like every year, maybe.
What was that show in Coolidge? That's got to be.
Oh, I've heard that's fun
a high
too.
point. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Jenkins and Loca went out there, right?
Yeah.
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 And then, because I did the show with Z-Mac and Joey Gaynor in Miami, Arizona. And it's like, and I love working with Matt. It's just the shows that we've been on together have been shit places.
Yeah. Yeah. Joey made the joke about performing in Miami at least 30 times. I was new to the scene then. I was like, he's like, I'll perform in Miami next week. Arizona. National treasure. National treasure, Joey Gaynor.
I do that shit too much. I need to stop. So like when there's a comic on stage and he says like something that's like hacky or dumb, always in the background, just like to another comic. I'll just go, what up, what up, what up.
I do Waka Waka.
And like they
all the
hear
time.
it sometimes, and they turn and look, and I'm like, oh shit, my bad.
That's when I've laughed the hardest at Tony when he leans over. He's like, "This is really good. Are you catching this? Like, holy! Did you hear that
Sarcastically,
joke?
yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
sarcastically. It's like fucking crushes me.
Oh, my favorite.
Oh yeah, we were roasting someone at the Tiniest the other day.
Who the fuck was it?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
It's
It's in our nature, though.
some open micer, but like he was saying shit. We were responding to like what he was.
Oh yeah,
He was talking about like AI taking jobs or something.
right. I
forget what it
remember
was.
this.
Like, I said something to you, and we busted out laughing, and he thought we were laughing.
Oh,
at
it's
him.
joke,
That's
yeah,
the worst
yeah.
thing. I don't know. We're not laughing at you.
Don't
We're laughing
encourage
at you, but not the way
yeah,
you want
exactly.
to.
We're
Yeah.
making fun of you from the back.
Yeah, there's a lot of comedians here. You don't get it in Tucson that are like so aggressive, like, fuck that stupid bitch. Bitches are so stupid, am I right? It's like the opposite of self-deprecating. It's like, she's so dumb, It's like, that's like, I have a hard time not calling back to them and be like, you think maybe you're the dumb one? I don't know.
Yeah, Austin is filled with a lot of different versions of the same comic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. We
And
thought
Austin
that,
is top heavy, and there's some very talented, unusually funny people too. Like there's a few who are only
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 years in, and they're monsters. And I'm like, holy shit!
love
which is awesome. But then if you just go to any just given open mic, it's just an assembly line of like
same
different
dude,
versions
yep.
of the same. Few maybe couple year in comics that are just kind of edgelordy, and it's just
Yes.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
being bros.
like maybe they'll figure it out.
That's what. Yeah. Go ahead.
So, like, for years, especially, like, living in Phoenix, I saw some people that were just objectively dog shit at comedy,
Right,
where they
sure.
just never had a good set. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, this is like, if there's anything you can bet on it, they're going to bomb. The room is bad, good, hot. But then 7-8 years later, they're good.
Yeah.
like, they
Yeah.
figured
Because
it
they
out.
cared. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was my first impression when I got to Austin. As we were here for a couple days. We did the Creek and Cave mic at midnight, and I swear, I thought comics were trying to walk the audience on purpose.
Yeah.
Like, they
well, the
just-
one guy directly said,
You
get
guys
out
can
of here
leave now."
You can leave now. Yeah.
See, there's
At
a-
Creek?
Yes.
Yeah.
During his set, I was like, "What the fuck is happening, dog?"
Yeah.
But
It's that's wild. But what was I gonna say about the shit comedians? It's gone now. Yep.
I'm just
Yeah.
a comedian.
Well, I mean,
can't do it. We don't have much of that bro energy comedian stuff in Tucson though, because I feel
No.
like you get called out. I feel like I said this to Tony too. I feel like you can blend in with your shtick here. Like you can get away with being like bro guy because no one ever like really recognizes you, calls you on it.
Yeah.
If you're like super bro dude in Tucson, somebody's gonna pull you aside and be like, "Drop the shit, dude. Like, come on." Yeah, I know you live with your mother. Like,
or it's
yeah,
just
there's like a fine line between like bro and incel energy.
Right.
There's
a
just
lot of
right.
incel energy. Yeah.
also you don't give us anything about yourself on stage.
Yeah.
Call me old fashioned, but I want to get to know you. About if you're funny, I don't want to hear it's like, "Isn't pussy farting crazy?" Like, what makes
Yeah.
you crazy, dude? I want to hear that shit. Give me a punchline about
having a
about you.
personality.
Yeah.
And
behind your
I hate to
act.
use the phrase punching down, but there is something to that where they're always up here and the other people are stupid and that's
Right,
the
right.
comedy. It's like, that's a hard joke to make work, man. Criticizing other people below you is always difficult.
Right.
Yeah.
Better be good. You know?
Politicians seem to do fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
It gets you elected, sure. But yeah. Yeah. And the politics jokes here, too. Very involved.
I was texting with Irina when I first got here, and I was like, if I hadn't been in comedy for as long as I have been, I would seriously doubt my abilities in comedy because of this place.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
I was legit. I was like, am I fucking funny anymore? Couldn't get shit here. Like, we had a couple good spots last week,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But other than that, I was like, Jesus Christ, 10 years and like I fucking suck.
Yeah. If I had a soul, I would feel the same way.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah.
That's what I've been saying about comedy. It's like the ability to just force through.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, they always say that public speaking is like the biggest fear
Right.
outside of dying.
Yeah.
Comedy is public speaking on fucking steroids, where you're gonna get humiliated in real time consistently.
Yeah.
But the high of killing is so
Right.
fucking profound that you're
Yes.
like a fentanyl junkie. That's just like, as
Yeah.
long as I can feel that again, I don't give a fuck if I'm a bum that lives on a
Right.
fucking sidewalk. I'm chasing that fucking high
Sure.
again.
I've said that
So you
before.
go to open mics and eat shit, and you
Yeah.
know you'd think it'd be more humbling.
Yeah. You almost have to
You
have
would think for some people,
You
yeah.
have to be a little bit delusional. Be like, yeah, that person
Right.
laughed because I'm amazing, you know?
Yeah.
And then there's some comics where like, I killed, and it's like, no, you did not. No, you
It's
called
called-
those people laughing. It's like, not really.
Right.
You know, not really.
So my buddy Corey, who you guys met, who ran the Chupacabra,
Yeah.
he taught me this term called laugh ears.
Yeah.
where It's like almost a legitimate like mental illness, just hearing voices level of crazy where I've seen it where people go up. Sometimes like they do okay and they think they killed. No, I see people get nothing and they think they did well. It's like that means you're hearing voices. Like you're not.
Right.
Nobody laughed. It's called laugh ears.
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm really harsh on myself also. That's what I have to depend. I can't see what anyone else is like. They're laughing or smiling. I depend on like hearing. It's like, is it? Oh, no, I laughed. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, like at the Lucky Duck last time. I feel like we both did pretty well. Tony did very well. But people the guys were not laughing. They were smiling.
Right.
Like, because they're like, I don't want to be the one that laughs.
We've all had those sets, and it happens kind of a lot where you feel like you didn't do that good, and then afterward, everyone's like, that was great.
Right.
Yeah. 100%.
And I always feel like they're lying to me. I have this weird negative energy on my sets particularly. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's a good job. It's like, you fuck off.
I feel like your volume on the laugh ears is the lowest. Mine's pretty fucking low, but yours is like, like you did super good last night. You're like, I didn't do that good.
Well, you got to change. Like I've always said that you're trying to replicate what your best set was.
Right.
So, and it's all about how consistently funny you are. That's why when comics say, how many minutes do you have? And they're like, oh, I have 20. It's like, no, you killed 20 minutes one time. You're still a 7-minute comic.
Yes.
How often can you kill for 20 minutes? That's how many minutes you are is what you can do consistently.
Right.
I compare it to golf like that. Like everyone can hit a great shot once, but that doesn't mean you're a fucking pro golfer. The pro golfer hits them every time. You know?
For sure. And also, let's say you're a basketball player and you average 11 points a game and you went off for 36 playing against the Clippers one night. It's like you're not a 36 point per game comic just because you murdered that room that one night.
Yeah.
So in your head, you want to get that every time. Or if you don't get that, it feels mediocre to you. It's like, no, like...
I'm sure Shaq was perfect from the free throw line once in his career.
Yeah,
doesn't mean he was a great...
You know.
I think you told me, I had to have been like 3 years in or something like that, but you told me, think of the time you think you have and cut it in half. That's the time you might have. And I was like, I've stuck with that ever since you told me that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because you had to...
Hoodie would tell me that.
Yeah.
The
But I remember you telling me
difficulty,
that.
like I'm newer, I'm only a year, but the difficulty of doing the time is like exponential because like it feels like you have to like earn the trust more and more if you want to do 20 minutes. Like 5 minutes, easy. 10 minutes, like twice as hard. 20 minutes for me, 5 times as hard. You know, I don't know. That was my experience of it. And I feel like to headline, like you really have to be telling a story, like connect everything, fucking be someone up there.
You find your flow.
Yeah. But I feel like you have to establish yourself as a person more the longer you do. You can't just
That's what becoming a headliner is like, being yourself with jokes, basically.
Whereas
it doesn't mean you have to do crowd work or riff a lot, but it's just you're like a heightened version of you. Like I learned, dude, I got to that place from the fucking Billy Bar from
dude, that was such
County
a great
Line.
mic, yeah.
So I like before I moved, I ran a show. It was the place changed names like twice. It was the County Line, and then it became the Billy Bar after the dude
Bar
died.
Rescue.
After
Bar
Billy,
Rescue
Billy
showed
bought
up.
it. Oh, Bar Rescue.
Bar Rescue.
Yeah,
came.
what's his
And,
face?
they ended up closing it altogether.
Yeah.
But during COVID, they would close and then reopen, close, reopen. And all the comics were just like deathly afraid of COVID. So sometimes it would just be me and Eden Nault who would show up.
Not
and there'd be
afraid
like
of COVID.
there'd be like 10 people there.
Yeah.
So
The guy with the
between me
oxygen
and
tank was
Eden, we
always
would
there.
do like an hour and a half of comedy.
Yeah, that's
with
pretty
no expectations of getting laughter. Just like, we got to fill the time, get paid, and that's that. So after doing that for months, I was like, I'm like becoming me on stage now. I already have jokes, so now there's no pressure to be funny, and I'm just like,
I feel like the music box for me is good that way. You get like 8 minutes, but it's such an empty bar that you can't just get away with telling your jokes. You actually have to like be a person up there and like get people engaged and be like, hey, you, like, you know, kind of shit, which is totally different. At Laughs, if you get 3 minutes, it's like joke, good, you know? Right.
That's also a weird phase when I started, because when I started, I only knew about Laughs when I first started. So I would just collect 3-minute sets. And then if I was fucking given a 5-minute spot, I would fucking shoot off my joke so fast. And not, you know, waiting for, when they tell you to pause, let them fucking laugh.
Try to get 6 minutes into 5.
Or, and you didn't let them laugh at your jokes. You worked so hard on these jokes, but you only had 3 minutes, and you try to rip them off, and then you get a longer set, and you're like, I gotta get this out, and people are trying to laugh.
They used to give you 2 minutes at Laughs when I started.
Oh, really?
2 minutes, dude. And I remember after my first set, Hoodie from the sound room, he's like, keep it going for 30 minutes of comedy in 2 minutes because I just talked so fast.
Right.
And didn't pause at all. So I was like,
I watched my early sets. It's the same thing. Just machine gun, you know. Yeah. You got to learn to like talk slower than you're thinking. You know, because like next joke, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I miss Hoodie.
a lot of sets at Laughs could be 2 minutes. I feel.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Well, if we have a slow night, he'll give everyone like 4 minutes. And I was like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. Not too many slow nights.
I remember a couple times during COVID they were giving us like 10. Remember that?
I do, because it was like me and you were the only people there.
Dude, there was like eight comics.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And we were doing like 10 minutes, dude.
Comics are like the least. Maybe that's why they were scared of it. The least health conscious people I've ever met. But they're like, yeah, COVID will kill me. I have the health of an 87-year-old.
I think that you're more suited to make it through COVID with your
Because you're like a rat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like
Well,
you're
Eden
built
would
up.
live through any pandemic, dude. He's been exposed to everything already.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, going up number 37 at Laughs with the microphone that smells like turds at that fucking point, like I'm pretty sure you're gonna make it through COVID.
Yeah.
That was like the first couple of years for me. It was like going on 37, dude. People will still complain after 6 months, like, I don't know why I'm still up here.
Yeah, we know a guy.
Yeah, we know a couple.
I'm not going back until he gives me a guest spot. Yeah, that'll teach him, dude. He'll remember. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
It's that kind of mentality that bugs me too about some of the newcomers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I tell him about Aaron? I think that's fine.
He knows Aaron.
Oh, yeah. Well, Aaron's not going to
Aaron who?
Aaron
Hey,
Peterson.
Peterson.
I
Yeah,
know
Peterson, one night, I think a bunch of college kids signed up and they got all put up near the front because they were buying drinks. Sure, whatever. It was a great night, actually.
It was a fun night,
But
yes.
Aaron got bumped down to like 27th and he's like, this is it, dude. I get no respect here. I've been coming here for 10 years. I get no respect. I'm not coming back until Casey appreciates me. And so every time we see him at the box karaoke after Laughs, I'm like, Casey came up to me. He's like, he really wants you back here. He says he's going to sell the club if you don't start showing up, dude.
Right.
So
I feel bad for Peterson though, because he used to show up a lot back in the day.
you got to show up.
Right.
Yeah.
But then he came back after he broke up with his well, I shouldn't give out this laundry. What the fuck am I doing?
What are you doing airing that dirty laundry,
I
dude?
mean, all 32 people are gonna fucking message him about that.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll cut that out.
No, we won't.
Actually, sometimes this podcast, I don't know what fucking causes it. I'll have like, I only had 50 listeners, and then there's like 700. It's so weird. I don't know why. Like,
Yeah.
it's like a dramatic difference.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, I had 800 downloads this week. That makes no sense. That's baby numbers compared to like real fucking
Right,
popular
right.
podcasts.
Yeah, yeah.
But from 50 to 800, on like that fluctuation just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know how it does it, what the
Yeah.
algorithm does to make it like hit that or what. But
The YouTube clips are even crazier. All of a sudden, it's like that one hit 2,500 and the other one gets like
Right.
62. It's like,
Yeah.
why? It's an algorithm, yeah. Something.
well, like my last comedy clip I posted has 9 views.
yeah.
And it's from the Velveeta Room set too, so I'm like, that's like I've had clips get 10,000. That it's not as funny, and the quality's iPhone, but that gets 10,000. This gets
Right.
9, and
Yeah.
it got banned from TikTok because I talk about weed in it.
Ha.
You can't post about weed on TikTok. I'm like, it's 2025. Like, what are we
Right.
doing?
Weed.
right.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that same thing. One of my got 500 views. My YouTube is mostly just for me, but
Yeah.
it had the word "Don't Tell" comedy in it. It was one of those sets, like instantaneously 500 views, which is the rest of them have like 17. So
Yeah.
something weird in there.
Don't tell like some of those. I have this conspiracy that some don't tell clips they just like can in laughter because it's so fucking outrageously loud that I'm just like,
It
how?
couldn't
I mean,
be.
I understand with like optimal microphones
Right,
and
right.
editing and shit, but sometimes they're just like, so the other day I went to the store. Ah!
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
what? It sounds like you're crushing a theater right now, and you
Right.
didn't even tell a joke.
And you're in a CrossFit gym.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in a garage.
You're in a
somewhere.
fucking bakery
Yeah,
right now,
right.
murdering with setups. How is this possible?
Yeah, no. I mean, it is generally in Tucson a very guilty white crowd, so they're like, I have to laugh at you.
The first-
I
I think
must.
that they know it's being filmed and they're excited, so they want to laugh. And
Yeah.
usually, I mean, it's different when you've been doing comedy, so you judge differently. But it's funny enough for a regular person to have fun.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it kind of makes sense that they crush, but sometimes it's almost confusing. I'm like, how are they murdering this hard with
Yeah.
such mid shit?
The first Don't Tell, I didn't do that great. The second Don't Tell, fucking murdered that shit. And I just realized they didn't record any of those.
Oh, really?
Oh my god! Of
They
course.
recorded ours, yeah.
They
And
don't-
I murdered, and it wasn't because of the guilty white crowd. It was because of my own merit, of course.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I mean it though. Like you know me, I don't lie about when I do well or not. But that room was. And here's another thing. Look, this sounds me being petty. I don't give a fuck. I'm sick of going first,
Yeah.
and I get to watch people doing less time and less jokes, less material get to go later and do longer.
There's just like
Get the
bizarre
fuck outta here, dog.
under feelings on this because I didn't even go first, dude. You have like 9 more years of experience than
Dude.
me. Yeah, it's weird.
It was a bummer. I was like, I mean, it's fine. I don't care. Like I said earlier, I'll go out there and I'll fucking
They
murder.
always try to compliment you, like, "Oh, we want to start off the show strong."
Right.
They
Yeah,
always-
right,
yes.
right. Yeah, I can take a bullet for everyone else. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I fucking murdered so hard. The person after me, he struggled. I'm like, why would you put him next?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you mean to say her next?
No, it was him.
Oh, it's the first one was
I was
also. You
right
also
after.
did better than the feature on the first one.
I remember that also. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Good times.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Me being bitter. It's
You,
fine.
not you. You never do that. You're such a sunny disposition.
Right.
Like all comedians. Yeah. Yeah.
You met my mentor.
Yeah. I can see the resemblance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I was meant for it then because I've always been like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun though. Don't get me wrong. All the shit I talk, I still love comedy, obviously, but
Yeah. Well, it's better to be realistic about
You either
it.
really love comedy or you really hate yourself.
right.
Like,
There's a fine line sometimes.
Yeah, that's a good. I feel like everyone I've met fits in one of those two buckets, and sometimes both.
Right.
You know, they're like that's the
On
only thing
different
they
days.
love. Yeah, it's the only thing. Yeah, or it's just a good excuse to do drugs. Yeah.
Well, it's one of those only things that will love you back if you're doing it right. You know what I mean?
or even if you're a good guy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to get people to not like you in the Tucson scene. You have to be a real dick, like untrustworthy, you know? Yeah. And it's like no wonder, but
It's like no wonder, but he's got a great Jordan Peterson impression.
yeah.
Nice.
Loves the Jordan Peterson.
Anyway, sorry, we took over this whole conversation.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
So you guys are doing Roscoe's later,
Hopefully.
or hopefully,
Yeah.
Lucky Duck.
and
Lucky
then
Duck.
Lucky Duck outside, which is so much better.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
And
Excellent.
then I don't know what else there is. Maybe Shakespeare's doesn't like post their shit, so it's weird.
Right.
I kind of looked in there. It looks depressing. Yeah, yeah.
It can't. Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
They're mics, dude. That's fine.
maybe we'll go to.
I'm recharged after last night. Last night was some of the most fun I've had since we got here.
Yeah, yeah. It just felt like a meritocracy. Really, truly. Like the people at the bar were not paying attention, but they would pay attention if you told a good joke.
What did I say? It felt like the box when we got in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a
Right.
vagina, warm, wet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I bought us some meatballs to chow on.
That's right.
That was
Oh,
great.
you went to that pizza spot.
That's good,
Was it
dude.
good?
That's a real Italian woman in there slinging pizzas.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Dude.
Yeah, I've seen comics go there and get food all the time, so I figured.
You don't fuck with the pizza yourself.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Usually, I don't know. I mean, I'll fuck with pizza, but at that point in the night, I'm usually there just to do the show.
Right.
Get
Right.
out.
Right. Yeah, you look like you take care of yourself, unlike
Yeah,
a
this dude's
comedian.
fucking ripped.
Yeah.
I try.
Yeah.
I had to channel. Well, I mean, I've always kind of been in shape. I've fallen out of it several times, but when I stopped drinking and doing
Right.
drugs and shit, I was like, I'll just get addicted to the gym like a douchebag.
Nice. Yeah, I like that.
I remember once we had a drunk phone call and we didn't. I don't remember anything we talked about.
Really?
That was it. That
You
was
just remember
fucking-
you had the drunk
Yep, that
phone
was
call.
it. I was like, "What are you doing? Really? Nothing."
Yeah.
For like 8 minutes. It was an 8-minute phone call. I never talked to you either.
Yeah.
That's how I know you were fucked up too.
I think I can't tell when you're loaded, other than the fact
Really?
that you're very like affectionate about stuff.
Yeah, I can't tell either because he's always like, "Sorry, I'm drunk right now." It's like, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah,
had
he
not
wouldn't
said
have known.
other than
I snitch on myself. Yeah, I do.
Other than the stream of compliments, I wouldn't have known. Like, you're the best, dude. Like, I love your
You're
shit.
fucking funny.
You're
dude.
so
I love
funny.
it. I'll
Yeah.
bring up jokes you haven't said in months. You haven't done that.
Yeah, I
joke in a
love
while.
that. And
Getting
fucking
blasted at the depot was the spot.
Oh yeah.
The
yeah.
depot in Tucson. We used to I don't know where we.
Oh yeah, we've been to the depot a couple times.
karaoke, and then they would like let us stay until like 4 in the fucking morning.
Yeah, we've had those nights there.
Last at Depot was fun. It's
Yeah.
also looks like groceries are
The
here.
groceries are here.
Instacart, baby. Yeah.
Maybe this is a good time to cut it. We went over
had
an
a
hour.
lot of
You
fun.
guys-
Oh, shit.
You guys got anything to plug?
Yeah, we should do our business.
Go ahead.
Yeah. We have our own podcast / show, The Kickback.
Vizzy Thick on YouTube. We are co-hosts on that.
Yep.
Although we do
The
care.
kickback.
The
Yep.
Kickback. So that's
I
on
call
YouTube.
it the big back because it's just two.
I think
fat
it's
guys.
just on YouTube. It's not on Spotify.
I don't think
You can
so.
tell we're very
Well,
involved.
I call it the wetback. No, I'm
There you go.
Yeah.
Like it. I
Yeah.
like it.
I called it the HVAC podcast, you know. But yeah,
I call it something to do.
Yeah, no, we carry that show, so look forward to us carrying it more. I don't know. Tony Bruhn official Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Jordan Cheyne 82 on Instagram. You won't be.
What's
able
your
to
handle?
spell.
It's like Handsome Bear or something.
No, that's my old one.
It still comes up though.
I mean, I still have it. It's still
Oh, you have a different Instagram. So I've been tagging you in the wrong shit this
Have
whole
you?
time.
Shit.
years.
That's why I haven't seen anything.
Why
Okay,
don't
yeah.
You have like offers to play the Comedy Cellar on the hands.
No, I've been tagging him, like getting photos of him on stage and boomerangs on Instagram, and I've been tagging him. But
This is like a treasure you just found.
I can go find all that other. Yeah, it's because I got a more official one I didn't know you could do. One of my exes helped me out with that, so it's Tony Bruhn Official on Instagram.
Tony Bruhn official.
Right. Because
Yeah.
the other one, Handsome Bear, it's more of a personal one now.
Yeah. And you're definitely not going to go to any of the shows that we're doing in Tucson. So, if you
Right.
happen to be in Tucson.
Yeah, if you haven't been in Tucson.
There's some Tucson listeners on here. Clearly, shout out to John. John is probably listening.
John is waiting for this podcast. He told me, he's like, tell me if you do all these podcasts. I can't wait.
Dude, anytime I miss like a week, he'll like message me like, "Where's my podcast?"
Yeah, I believe that.
You don't deserve anything you have,
That
Jordan.
was so funny.
Oh my god.
John wrote. The few times that John gets drunk is some of the funniest shit you'll ever see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was our.
I need to
official
have him
shit.
on again.
Yeah,
at
you
some
should,
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
thanks
you
for
have to
having
come
us.
on the
Yeah.
kickback when you're in town. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! I don't know when I'm gonna. I need to put together some shows in Arizona.
Sure.
Probably this summer.
Yeah.
I know where they're not going to be, but I don't know where.
Right.
Yeah.
But
well,
a Phoenix run would be cool, and
you can
probably
crash in my house
Chuckleheads
anytime,
again.
dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Got bunk beds. You and Tony can just bunk up. you
Yeah.
know. I don't know why you do that, but for gay stuff, I guess.
It's
Sure.
like I have 7 bedrooms, but you guys can bunk together.
bunk together.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I do have 7 beds.
Of course.
Yeah. No. All right.
All right,
Well, this has
well-
been fantastic.
Yeah,
a lot
thanks,
of
man.
fun.
That
yeah.
was fire. So this is episode 251 of my podcast.
Nice. For
Right.
Canada's 51st state. There we
Hell
go.
yeah.
Yeah.
Numbers and shit. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. So I say this at the end of every episode. Until next time, kiddies, stay safe, stay healthy, don't be a bitch, and stay up.
Amen.